I see not only the road you have walked, but also the one that stretches ahead of you. I see the places where you stumbled, the valleys where you wept, the mountains you feared you could never climb. And yet, I also see the strength that carried you through, the hidden courage that rose when you thought you had none left, and the quiet faith that has kept you standing even now. Where you see age and limitation, I see wisdom ripened through the seasons of your life. Where you see loss, I see preparation for a greater fullness yet to be revealed. You look at the mirror and measure time by the lines upon your face or the weariness in your body. But I do not measure as you do. I see the eternal spark I placed in you from the very beginning. That spark has never dimmed, no matter the trials you have endured. In my sight, you are not diminished. You are more radiant than ever, because your story carries the weight of years, the richness of lessons learned, the beauty of resilience. What you call weakness, I call refinement. What you call decline, I call transformation. I know that sometimes you wonder if your purpose is behind you, if the best of your days are already written and sealed. You may ask yourself quietly, is there still something left for me? Does God still see value in me now? Hear me clearly. Yes, I see what you cannot. I see a harvest still growing, a light still burning, and a song still rising from within you. You are not finished. You are not forgotten. You are not set aside. When you look back, you may see mistakes and regrets. You may carry burdens of what could have been or what you wish had been different. But I see none of those as final chapters. I see them as brushstrokes upon the canvas of a larger picture. You only see a fragment, but I see the completed masterpiece. You see the knots and tangles from beneath the tapestry, but I see the design from above. I see beauty being woven even through the hardest strands of your life. There are moments you have cried out, Lord, why did you allow this? Why did this loss come? Why this pain? Why this season of loneliness? You feel the unanswered questions pressing heavily upon your heart. But I want you to trust that I am working in ways unseen. Just as the roots of a great tree grow silently beneath the soil, so my purposes are at work beneath the surface of your life. Do not mistake silence for absence. Do not mistake delay for denial. I am nearer than your breath, and my plan is unfolding even now. You cannot see tomorrow, but I can. And I assure you, there are still surprises ahead. There are still blessings hidden in the path before you. There are still souls you are meant to touch, words you are meant to speak, prayers you are meant to lift, and love you are meant to pour out. Do not think your later years are an afterthought. They are part of my design. You are walking into a season where my vision for you will shine more clearly than ever, because now you are stripped of illusions, humbled by experience, and ready to see through the eyes of eternity. My beloved, you must not measure yourself by what the world measures. The world may celebrate youth, strength, and beauty that fades, but I measure by faith, by love, by endurance, by the eternal fruit that grows within you, the fruit of kindness, the fruit of wisdom, the fruit of patience, the fruit of a heart that has endured and yet still trusts me. This fruit does not fade with age, it ripens, and in my kingdom, the ripened fruit is of greatest value. I know there are days when you feel unseen. You may feel that the world has moved on, that your role has grown smaller, that your influence has diminished. But I tell you this, I see you. Every thought, every sigh, every prayer whispered in the quiet, I see it all. Your faithfulness in the unseen places matters greatly to me. The smallest act of love, the quietest prayer for another, the gentlest word of encouragement, these echo in eternity. You may feel that no one notices, but I notice. You may feel that it makes no difference, but I assure you, it makes all the difference in my plan. You see age as limitation, but I see it as testimony. Your gray hair is a crown of wisdom. Your scars are marks of victory. Your weary steps are proof of endurance. Every moment you have survived, every season you have endured, speaks of my faithfulness. And this testimony, my child, is a light to those who walk behind you. Younger generations need your story. They need to know that faith can endure storms, that love can last through sorrow, that hope can rise even when everything else falls. You carry a torch that lights the way for others. You may wonder how I see you now, after all these years. Let me tell you clearly. I see you as beloved. I see you as chosen. I see you as beautiful, not for the outward appearance that fades, but for the eternal spirit within you that shines brighter every day. I see the beauty of your perseverance, the beauty of your compassion, the beauty of your faith that has been tested yet endures. Do not doubt, my child, that I still delight in you. My vision for you has never dimmed. You may not see what lies ahead, but I do. Trust me when I say that your story is not over. There are still prayers I intend to answer through you, still lives I intend to touch through you, still blessings I intend to pour out upon you. So walk forward with confidence, not in your own strength, but in mine. Rest in this truth. I see what you cannot. When you feel lost, remember that I see the path clearly. When you feel weary, remember that I see the destination, and it is filled with joy. When you feel small, remember that I see you as part of a grand, eternal plan that cannot fail. Take courage, beloved. Lift your eyes from what you can see and trust in what I see. My vision is greater, my plan is surer, and my love for you is deeper than you can ever imagine. You are still in the center of my purpose. You are still under my watchful care, and what I see for your life is beauty beyond comparison. My beloved child, I invite you to rest, not in your own strength, not in the shifting circumstances of this world, but in the truth of my faithfulness. You have spent many years striving, worrying, carrying burdens that were never meant to be yours alone. I have watched you work tirelessly, wrestle with fears in the quiet of night, and wonder whether I truly see the weight you bear. And I tell you now, I see it all, and I have never left you. Rest does not mean passivity. It does not mean giving up or withdrawing from life. Rest, as I give it, is a deep assurance in your spirit that I am trustworthy. It is the peace that comes from knowing that the outcome does not rest on your shoulders, but on mine. It is the freedom of leaning fully into my arms, allowing me to carry what you cannot. You may say, Lord, I want to rest, but how can I, when there are still problems unsolved, prayers unanswered, family members wandering, and health concerns that weigh on my mind? And I answer you gently, you rest not because everything is resolved, but because you know the one who holds all things together. You do not need to see the whole plan to rest in my faithfulness. You only need to trust that I am good, that I am present, and that I will never fail you. Think back on your journey. How many times did you fear the road ahead, only to look back and realize I had carried you through? How many moments did you believe you would break, only to discover a strength that was not your own rising within you? How many prayers seemed unanswered at first, only to be fulfilled in ways you could not have imagined? I have always been faithful. My faithfulness is not a momentary gesture. It is the very essence of who I am. I am unchanging, steady, and sure. Resting in me means learning to release the grip of worry. Worry has stolen too many of your nights, weakened too many of your days, and drained too much of your joy. But I remind you now, worry adds nothing to your life. It does not heal, it does not solve, it does not protect. Worry only wears you down. But when you surrender that worry into my hands, you make room for peace to flow like a river. You make room for me to move freely without your anxious striving standing in the way. You may think resting is for the young or for those without responsibility, but I say to you, rest is the inheritance of all my children, especially those who have walked long and faithfully. You have spent decades laboring, carrying, striving, building, sacrificing. Now I am inviting you to lean more fully into my rest, not because your work is done, but because your strength was never meant to be the foundation, mine is. Do not mistake rest for idleness. Rest in me empowers you to continue with renewed energy, with clarity of mind and calmness of heart. Rest allows you to move forward not in panic or exhaustion, but in peace and assurance. Rest does not strip you of purpose, it sharpens it. When you are rested in my faithfulness, you no longer scatter your energy on fear or doubt. Instead, You are free to give yourself wholly to the present moment, to love, to pray, to speak words of wisdom, to sow seeds of kindness. I know you often question what lies ahead, how long you have, what seasons remain, what hardships may come. But here is the truth. Your future is not uncertain to me. It is held securely in my hands. Every day of your life has been written in my book. I have prepared a place for you, and I have already provided for what you need in this very season. You need not fear tomorrow, for I am already there. Consider the flowers of the field. They do not worry about clothing themselves, yet I adorn them in beauty greater than kings. Consider the birds of the air. They do not toil or store in barns, yet I provide for their every need. If I care for them with such faithfulness, how much more do I care for you, my beloved child, whom I created in my image and redeemed with my own sacrifice? Rest in this truth. You are infinitely more precious to me than all of creation, and I will never forsake you. I know there are nights when you lie awake replaying old mistakes or rehearsing future fears. But my desire is for you to lay your head upon my promises, like a child resting upon a parent's shoulder. Let my words soothe you. I am faithful. I will never leave you. I will not abandon you in your old age. I will carry you to the very end. You need not fear running out of strength, because my strength is unending. You need not fear being forgotten, because I have engraved your name upon my hands. Resting in me means shifting your focus. Stop measuring your days by what is unfinished. Instead, look for my hand at work in the small, unexpected places. Look at the laughter of a grandchild, the kindness of a friend, the quiet beauty of a sunrise, the peace that enters your heart when you whisper my name. These are not coincidences. They are signs of my faithfulness surrounding you. The more you notice them, the more you will learn to rest. I am not asking you to pretend your struggles are gone. I am asking you to trust that I am present in the midst of them. You may feel weak, but I am strong. You may feel uncertain, but I am steady. You may feel weary, but I am your rest. Do not wait for circumstances to be perfect before you rest in me. Choose rest now, and you will find that even in the storm, my peace holds you steady. And remember this. My faithfulness does not end when your time on earth is complete. My faithfulness stretches into eternity. The same hand that carried you as a child, the same hand that upheld you through your trials, will be the hand that receives you when your final breath comes. You are secure in me, both now and forever. That is the ultimate rest, the rest of knowing that your soul is safe in my keeping for all eternity. So